Hey there guys, it's Ara over here, bringing you the 39th episode of my F1 2012 career. Today we're at USA for the Grand Prix. If you haven't checked out the qualifying, please go check that out. Annotation top left. And I uploaded that earlier, so again, YouTube has been a bit crap with the sub boxes. So please go check that out if you've managed to find this video. And if you're new to my channel and new to me, please go check out my previous content. I'll have a series playlist in the bottom right for this series so far. And obviously we're in USA, so there's basically been the whole career mode has gone before us, so please go check it out if you're new to me, and that might convince you to subscribe for weekly F1 2012 career. So starting off, Hamilton is here on pole, I'm third, and obviously we found out in the last race video in Abu Dhabi that I can actually challenge for the title. I'm 11 points off Hamilton, and if we overtake him then we are within a good shot of winning the championship in Brazil. So whatever happens, it is going to be a dramatic race in Brazil. So 5 red lights, and we are off. Getting a good kind of toe off Hamilton. He's kind of bogged down a bit. I've used a tiny bit of curves. Alonso has overtaken Hamilton. He's gone down the inside. I've locked up on the left tyre massively, but Hamilton's gone wide. So I've already taken Hamilton, so that's brilliant. That's exactly what we want. And actually, Hamilton's lost a place to Webber there, so that's really great. He's at least down to 4th right now. And I'm trying to take Alonso down the inside, but this swooping section just won't allow 2 cars side by side, so I have to back off. And now Alonso's actually building quite a gap now. He's just got a lot more traction than me right now for some reason. But the good thing is that Hamilton is 4th right now, but we're only 2nd. So let's try and get first. Let's try and attack the championship. If we win and Hamilton only stays in 4th, or whatever position he is in right now, that is going to be a treat for us in Brazil. I'd rather be in front of Hamilton already in Brazil and then have to finish off the job than rather chase Hamilton and try and win the championship by seeing what happens. So we are still chasing Alonso. He's sort of getting away from us a bit, but I'm just biding my time really. Tyres are going to be a big factor here. In practice my tyre wear was not very good here in Austin. I don't know why recently I've had quite bad tyre wear since moving to Mercedes really. In Toro Rosso it seemed the car was very easy on its tyres even when I was pushing, so quite strange. Maybe perhaps it's the patch, maybe the patch has improved tyre wear, maybe I wasn't seeing enough really. And admittedly, yeah, I never had a trouble with tyres really in the first half of the season, so it might have been a patch fix. Never know. So I'm streaking away from the main pack, but Alonso's really far ahead of me, as you can see. Let's see, about 1.8 is that. So he's getting away from us a bit. But I'm going to pit lap 6, I think it was. So just biding my time, just trying to keep up with him in terms of pace. But obviously I don't want to push too hard because I don't want to ruin my tyres and have to pit way earlier. But going on the grass there wasn't helping a lot, but I'm still going fastest. And maybe we can do something in the DRS zone once we get it. We're coming through to the main straight now after this hairpin, which you can cut quite a lot actually. It's one part of the track you can exploit so far, I found. So here, using most of our curves, obviously saving a bit for the pit straight. So coming now down to the hard braking zone. Obviously, if your brakes aren't that great, or you know, they lock up quite a lot on the rear or front, you can change your brake bias. But I've got mine in a pretty good place, not locking up too much. I think the only place I've locked up so far was that first corner on the first lap. So coming through that awkward corner, I really hate that corner. It's so weird. You kind of just accelerate and go straight so fast into that corner, and then you have to slow down and almost cut back on yourself. Just so weird. And this corner I can't get completely right. The AI seem to the AI seem to not break through that corner. They sort of just go through it, whereas I'm having to brake a tiny bit. So now this is where I'm going to cut the video, because basically when we cut now, we're going to cut to when I'm about to pit, and lap 6. This is when I've decided to pit on the pit stop thing, obviously. And Button is 3rd right now behind me, so Webber's lost out, and Alonso's kind of streaked away from me. He's about let's say, but I think that's 2 seconds around, so I didn't really catch him up, and my tyre was so bad. Not even 2 seconds, sorry, Alonso's way out ahead. About 5, I think that's 5 seconds, is it? And my tyres are looking really bad, so it's not looking great for a race win right now. But I'm going to pit, so everything might change. The primes are definitely a better tyre for me in terms of tyre wear, so I could probably push on those more. So that's why I cut it. Nothing was really happening. And Alonso's pit as well, so me and him going to have a battle of the pits. Hopefully my team can get me a bit of an advantage. Button's going to pit with me as well. Change to standard fuel now. Coming through now, come on. Oh yes, I've held up Alonso a bit because I had to come into the pits. His lollipop man had to keep him at bay until I got past, so I've stopped him a bit, but that probably cost him at least 2 seconds in the pits compared to me, so the gap's probably about 3 seconds right now. So coming through cold tyres right now. Here's my teammate in front of me, so he's not really having a good weekend, Michael Schumacher. So coming through on these cold prime tyres, having to heat them up a bit. Hopefully we can catch Alonso. And my engineer's blabbing on about closing the gap to Schumacher because he's got option tyres on. Shouldn't be too much of a problem actually. So we're going to come through, and I don't think we'll have DRS. Probably not. Schumacher's about 2 seconds ahead of us right now. So we're just going to use a lot of our curves, and hopefully we can try and get into the braking zone. I know it looks quite far off, but there's so much time to be gained on that braking zone. So much. So we've left only a tiny bit for the pit straight now. Coming down to this very hard braking zone. And we're gaining quite a lot of time on Schumacher, not enough to overtake him. Oh no, that's not Schumacher anymore, that's Perez. So Schumacher's actually overtaken Perez, so that's quite nice to see. Obviously again, the AI are alive, not like oh god, just got it wrong there. I went a bit too off onto the runoff area really. So I'm going to go back to my point. Yeah, so it's nice compared to 2011 to see the AI are actually overtaking each other. Obviously in 2011, if you have it, you'll notice if the only difference in terms of the grid positions and the race positions is basically you overtaking people, and while you overtake them, if you push them around a bit, they might lose out, but they never lose out by themselves, just by being overtaken by one another. So it's good to see in this game they've definitely implemented that, and it just makes it a bit more exciting. But Alonso is quite a bit ahead of us. I think that's what's that, 2.3, saying 2.3, 2.4 about. So ooh, cut the corner quite a lot there, but I'm going to try and overtake him. I feel the grip coming to me now through this swooping section. Love this section. It's actually, I like it more than Maggots and Beckett's, I've got to admit. I just can't get Maggots and Beckett's quite right. The first part of Maggots and Beckett's I can get right, because obviously you just kind of keep your foot down, and just the car's downforce kind of just drags you through. And then that second section where it's a long left-hander turning into a long right-hander, and then onto the straight, that part I just can't get right, because I always either brake too much and then lose a lot of time accelerating, or I don't brake enough and I go really wide onto the grass. But definitely this Maggots and Beckett style sort of sector here in Austin is a lot of fun. Don't even have to brake at all. You sort of just kind of take your foot off the accelerator pedal, let the car roll through. We're catching Alonso here. Visually he's much closer, and on the timer he's only 1.3 ahead of us. And my engineer's telling me the fuel looks good. So now my engineer's telling me about Alonso changed to mix 3. So he's trying to lose us, but we're still on his tail very much. I'm feeling the grip coming to me a lot, and we might be in the DRS zone this lap, so we'll see. Coming to the end of lap 8 here. Still trying to catch Alonso. Getting that win will be so sweet, and it will help us so much. It might even catapult us to the top of the table in the championship. I'm not too sure right now where Hamilton is, but I'd rather be ahead in the championship and having to finish it off in Brazil, rather than having to, you know, definitely win in Brazil and hope that Hamilton scores less points to win the championship. But anything can happen at this point, you never know. We can have a Singapore moment. Knock on wood that I don't, but we can. So coming through now, I must surely have DRS available after this hairpin. Yep, definitely do now. So close to him, I've gained so much in that braking zone. And there you have it. Gaining a massive toe now from him and the DRS. Less drag. Coming through now, swooping right. I'm going to make this pass down. We're blasting past him. Braking hard now, don't want to lock up. And there we go, we have made that pass stick. We are now first, we have got first. Starting from third, pretty good. We went up to second at the first corner of the first lap. And now we're back at the top, like we have been for the past 3 races. On lap 9 here, and Alonso's backed off a tiny bit. Maybe he's struggling on tyres. I'm certainly not on these primes compared to the options. Now it's just about controlling the race. Coming through to the end of lap 9 here, and this is where I'll be cutting again, because as you know, once I start controlling the race it becomes a Vettel-like bore fest. And so there we go, it's coming to the end of lap 14 magically. And it's been, as I said just a few seconds ago, a Vettel bore fest. I've controlled the race very nicely, but Alonso has kept me honest there. As you can see, he's right behind me, but I have won the USA Grand Prix. And there we go, guys. Our 4th win in a row. Really great. This is going to set us up for a fantastic Brazilian Grand Prix finale. It's going to be awesome. We finished first. Michael Schumacher has finished 9th. Quite disappointing. But there we go. And Lewis Hamilton's gone 4th, as I guessed. So let's see where that will take us into the Drivers' Championship. But there we go. Alonso and Button on the podium with me. Sebastian Vettel is in 5th. And his teammate Mark Webber in 6th. So it's nice to see Vettel doing well at the very end. So there we go. Yes, we are on top by 2 points. We are now 2 points ahead of Hamilton in the Drivers' Championship. This sets us up brilliantly in Brazil. Basically, I think in Brazil that means that I have to finish ahead of Hamilton if Hamilton is going to finish 9th or above, because 9th place is 2 points, and so if he finishes 10th, that's only 1 point, so it doesn't really matter. But if Hamilton finishes 9th or above in the next race, I have to beat him. So that's definitely going to happen. So we're going to have to try and do the best we can in Brazil. And that's going to be a fantastic race, a fantastic qualifying to try and see where we can get relative to Hamilton. And there we go. We are now 3rd in the Constructors. We're overtaking Ferrari, only by a bit though. So hope you enjoyed that episode, guys. I've been Arifa, and tune in tomorrow for the Brazilian qualifying and then the day after for the Brazilian race. Hope you enjoyed the episode again. I've been Arifa, and enjoy the rest of the day.